Perfect. Thanks, Harshit, Gaurav, Shruti, Akshita, and others who have joined us on time. Thank you so much for joining in. So I understand, the intent behind actually setting up this session is the step one we have already covered in terms of building a job-oriented LinkedIn profile. In this particular step, what we're gonna do once we have that job profile created that is optimized for resume for job description, in this particular step we're gonna optimize our resumes, cover letter, formal emails, everything basis on the job description, just like the way we have automation tools that we discussed during the second part of the session. That is something we're going to do as well. In the first part we're going to discuss the manual techniques of getting things done in terms of building resume, cover letter and formal emails, and then in the second part we're going to learn how to put everything on automation, be it in the form of resumes, cover letter, or anything you think of. One important thing that I'm gonna share with you guys today is going to be a company specific presentation. This company specific presentation, we're gonna understand how to build something like this. For example, if you are applying for a job role with, let's say, Udaan, with Google, with Microsoft, with Urban Company, or any other organization, if you prepare and send across a presentation like this to them, your chances of getting an HR interview call and subsequent job offer will go up by 90%, because not everyone out there is preparing a presentation like this that actually attract people that you did something innovative in terms of your job outreach journey. That is something we will discuss as well during our session today. Coming back to the topic and highlighting the problem statement that we have already identified and will be working on resolving today, is one is regarding resumes. That though we have a resume in colleges, we generally get a template of a resume that we have to follow in terms of applying for different job and companies. But when it comes to off campus, the major thing that act as a roadblock is getting shortlisting of your resumes. This is something we're gonna decode how we can make our resumes keyword optimized so that our resume is getting shortlisted. Second, cover letter is not getting authenticated. We actually have not much information what exactly I should be including in my cover letter. What is the difference between cover letter and resume? Everything will be discussed. Third is going to be emails. During our college days, we have no separate lectures actually where the teachers taught us how to make formal emails, how to make follow-up emails, how to customize your emails so that the recruiter should respond to you, because recruiter is receiving around 20 to 30 emails per day from different of the job seekers. Intent today is how we can make our email optimized and with a good open rate, click rate, and even reply rate as well. Fourth, cramming HR interview questions. Thousands of HR interview questions is really tough. I'm gonna share a secret with you guys where you can memorize 95% of HR interview questions within few seconds. Everything will be discussed. Quick stats as per the report by Vocabularies that I shared last time as well. 98% of candidate in the off-campus jobs usually get rejected in the initial resume screening. Post having a quick ATS check. What is ATS? ATS is applicant tracking system that actually being used by big recruiters who are receiving around 50-60 job application per day. They may not have enough time to go through each and every job application. They pass it on to an ATS, that is a software that understand whether the job description that we have posted on our portal is a good fit with respect to your resume or not. So how to clear that ATS test is something we gonna discuss today as well. A quick introduction about me. So myself Jatin, I am engineer by academic background, having 5 years of experience in business development and sales across different regions including India, Southeast Asia, Middle East, US, Canada and Mexico. When we talk about my professional skills, I have skills around business development, sales, LinkedIn selling, job guidance and marketing. Out of these skills, we're gonna use today LinkedIn selling and job guidance as two utmost skills in order to help you guys in shaping your job outreach journey. Talking about a prior experience, so we have the privilege to work with IIT BHU in the past, NIT Kurukshetra, IIT Bhilai, some national level universities including Thapa University, Punjab University, and many others. When we talk about the ROI, so last time we discussed how to leverage LinkedIn for jobs and internship. This time the topic of agenda is to crack off-campus jobs by discussing how to get HR interview call and the subsequent job offer as well. Moving ahead, a quick glance about the content section. So first of all, we're gonna understand the need of this particular session. That is it worth to have this session and spend my time? We're gonna understand the worth of this session. Then in the second step, we're gonna build a company specific presentation that is going to acting as a X factor in you guys when you are actually reaching out to those big recruiters, having something like a X factor in you, that you know what, everyone is sending resume, cover letter. What I did, I took one step ahead and created a presentation showcasing what you guys do, my knowledge about your company, and why I am a good fit or a best fit for your organization. How to frame a cover letter, ATS resume, and formal email writing skills. Post session, you will get all the templates as well that you can use in order to shape your job outreach journey in the correct path. Second slide is going to be towards the understanding the worth. So first of all, we have the first slide is understanding the worth of this session. When we talk about gap in our education sector, right, students aren't usually given any guidance about off-campus job application during our course curriculum, right from the day one of joining the college till the time we leave the college. The only thing that we have taught is academics, but how to use those academic knowledge, how to put that academic knowledge to get job, is something that is missing in our current academic system. Sending out a job application is a crucial task, and yet majority of a youth doesn't know the key aspect of sending one. What generally people do when they are actually reaching out to a recruiter, either they just forward their resumes. Remember, a lot of people actually doing that, then it would not make any sense for the recruiter to go through your resume if you do not give them a context that why he or she should go through your resume. That is something we're gonna build today, a context that why the recruiter should read my resume. When we talk about some of the important statistics, unemployed youth in India is around 19 million. Headcount of job providers, LinkedIn has around 30 million plus job providers, and Naukri.com has around 47,000 plus recruiters active on their platform. That's a good number. But if we talk about the user base of job seekers who are actually in a need of a job, is double the amount of LinkedIn, 62 million, and 3 or 4 times more than the Naukri, 29 million plus. That's the reason why Vacopolis say that 2% of the job seekers only get the HR interview call. Rest 98% get eliminated because they don't know how to actually fast forward their job application, and that's something we're gonna decode today. When we talk about the current system, everyone talk about how to clear GD round, how to clear aptitude round, technical interview, HR interview. But my question is, does it make any sense if you do not even get that HR interview call getting prepared for those GD, aptitude and others? Yes, when it comes to on campus, these rounds are very essential, but not all the companies usually visit the campuses, right? There could be 3 or 4 giants that might be visiting, not all the big companies might be visiting. Hence, you have to be ready with these weapons in order to crack the job market. When we talk about your job search, whenever you are on a job search, make sure you are taking a snapshot of this particular presentation. Whenever you are on a job search, this is the exact framework that you have to use in order to crack any job. First of all, learn about that company and the relevant job openings that they have put on their portal. Build a job oriented LinkedIn profile. Whenever you apply for any job, recruiters tend to find you over LinkedIn and understand more about you. Build relevant connections on LinkedIn. Activate LinkedIn job alerts. These are the 4 pointers we already covered in our last session. If you were not a part of our last session, then I will provide you a link in the description. You guys can actually view this session after completing this particular session. Now, once everything is set up, now is the turn to build your resume, cover letter, business specific presentation with some social selling skills. Learn more about company and job openings. The intent is, once you know about the company, you would be very much sure that whether that company is a good fit in terms of work culture, in terms of promotion, in terms of everything. Source of information could be Glassdoor. Simply go to the Google, type the company name plus Glassdoor, and you will get all the related reviews and the information that you need. Job openings becomes handy when it comes to optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Once you optimize your LinkedIn profile, you can actually get inbound job offers. You need not to visit anyone with the job application. Recruiters will start reaching out to you. That's something we already have covered. Then LinkedIn profile location should be something where the end companies are. If you are in Chandigarh and you want job in Google, then Google does not have a office in Chandigarh. They have an office in Gurgaon, Bangalore, or other locations. Your location should be something where the end companies are. No matter wherever you currently are, put LinkedIn profile location where the companies are. Connection game on LinkedIn: build relevant connection to start getting job posting right in your homepage. Put in job alerts. Visit a company page of any company that you want to create a job alert for, and then LinkedIn will start notifying you whenever a relevant job opportunity get pasted or posted by that particular company. Once everything is set up, then comes the turn of our weapons in order to get HR interview call and subsequent job offer. First weapon is going to be company specific presentation. What I mean by company specific presentation: look guys, there are two types of people who generally apply for a job. One are those who don't know anything about the company or job opening and start posting job requests insanely very high. They are texting each and every recruiters that I am jobless from past 4 to 5 years, but I'm not able to get job. Can you please read my resume? And the recruiters may not give proper attention to them. Second, the person is like you after attending this session, saying that, you know what, recruiter, I know this about your company. I know this much about the relevant job openings and I have these relevant skills. You should look at my resume. And recruiters will be like, yes, now I know the context why I should read his resume. Let's give him a call. That's something I have already tried and tested with a lot of colleges where I have given the session. Make sure you are following this framework if you are someone really serious about your career. So what all content you can actually include: a content like introduction about the company, a content like their services that they provide, what's there for their customers, their working operation and revenue model, the possible challenges that these company might be facing in terms of why they're recruiting you, then any of the recent news media if you came to know about it. Let me show you the practical as well so that you guys can actually connect with what I actually mean by that. So when we talk about company specific presentation, right, the important element includes, first we should have introduction. So the introduction is simple. The introductory slide is going to be simple, where you're going to give them some introduction about the company, about their founders, about the top categories where they are into, their revenue model, and the milestones that they have achieved. What essentially happened, this will help you two ways. One, it will help you putting in a good impression in the form of a X factor that you know about their company. Second, whenever they ask you any HR interview question, that, you know what, Jatin, what do you know about the company? What do you know about the founders? What do you know about the top services we are into? Do you know anything about how do we earn? So all these answers, you can say that, you know what, recruiter, allow me a second, let me present my screen if you are doing a virtual interview, and show them this presentation, right? That will have a serious impact on the recruiter that this guy is something, right? First slide is going to be the introduction. Second is the services. What sort of services do they provide? Then you can provide them top-notch services. I know Udaan is currently pioneers in IT, computer, electronics, garments, and there could be some upcoming services in the form of automotive. I went a step ahead and understand what are the other services that can be a good value addition. Third, what's there for their customers. So one, it could be why Udaan get enabled in the market really fast because of the internet boom, e-commerce, trust, and the GST as well. Then why Udaan? Why Udaan, or what's there for their customers. It helps as a bridge between customers and the retailers. And then boost in business clients, easy flow of stuff. You got the idea, right? That intent is to show the recruiter how much information you have about that company, right? That is going to make a killer game with respect to your job application and the time when you are appearing for that interview. And instead of just having a one-way interrogation with you, you can actually engage that recruiter in a conversation. That, you know what, in the first part, let me share my screen and show you what all I know about you, your job opening and everything around it. In the second part, if required, you can ask me any questions, because majority of those HR questions I will try and cover using the presentation itself. That's the first weapon we're gonna build whenever we are applying for a job. Building such things is very easy. If we go to Google, all you have to type is to type these keywords. Keywords like introduction about the company. All you have to type is go to Google, introduction, udaan. Or you can type in here B2B as well. As soon as you do this, you have that introduction right here within Google itself. All you have to do is to copy this introduction and paste here in the introductory slide. Right? Second, you want to know about the founders. You just replace introduction with founders. You have the information, just copy it and paste it in the slide. It's that easy in order to build such presentation. All you have to do is to put in some efforts in terms of creating a template. Once that template is created, you can replicate the same to each and every company you are reaching out for. Within few minutes you can create it, because all you have to do is to Google search, paste, Google search, paste, and then your HR interview question related to the companies is already covered, right? Second weapon is going towards cover letter. Now first weapon helps you clearing those HR interview question related to companies. Second two weapons, the cover letter and resume, will help you clearing those HR interview questions related to job descriptions, right? Cover letter. So what all you should be including? First of all, you have to read the job description carefully. When you are building company specific presentation, then you have to review the company business model carefully. When you are building cover letter, you have to review the job description very carefully. Then you have to introduce yourself, highlighting the relevant skills. For example, if you are working as a placement coordinator in your college and you have done some cold calling, cold emailing to the recruiters to invite them in your campus, and you are applying for a role of sales manager in a company, then you can actually highlight that I understand as a sales manager you want me to do cold calling, and that's something I have already done as a placement coordinator. That is what I mean by introduce yourself, highlighting your relevant skills. Then overview of company's business model, that's something we have already covered while creating the company specific presentation. Comparing your responsibilities with the experience that is asked by the employees, that will help you to identify whether you are a good fit for that role or not. Fifth is going towards adding a call to action. What I mean by call to action, that you know what, after reviewing my resume, if you want to get in contact with me, here is my email, here is my mobile number. Let me show you practically how you can actually get things done. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to add them in the chat section. I will take each and every question post I complete this particular presentation slide. Now when it comes to your cover letter, right? So first thing what we need is to read the job description carefully. So all you have to do is to go to LinkedIn or any other Naukri portal, click on jobs and start finding a relevant job opportunities. That is something we have already covered in a LinkedIn session, so I'm not going to go deep dive. So once you have any of the relevant job opening, then all you have to do is to go ahead and copy the job description right from the start, where you will get information about the company, what all the company expect from you to do, and then the our company model as well. Everything you need to copy and paste in a Word file. So I've already done that. So now how exactly you can use this, right? Once you have pasted the entire job requirement of the company from LinkedIn or any other career portal over a Word file, you have to now read and understand each and everything about the job description carefully and bold all the important keywords that are important related to this job description. If we talk about this job description is about a role of a painting category at urban company. That as a urban company professional, you have to work in the painting category to grow that business. So urban company, a quick introduction, urban company actually provides various services related to grooming, painting, house building and others in terms of helping you reach out to those professionals who can actually do the work for you. So as a business and sales development role with urban company, your responsibility is to increase their painting category. Means you have to onboard a lot of painting skill set related persons onto their platform. So now you have to understand first of all what the company wants from you. So this particular company's category has grown 4x up to now. They have operation in 6 cities: Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Pune. Scrolling down, about the sales associate program. So this is a 12-month program at which you will be enrolling. You have to be 10-day on field and classroom training. That means you will be gaining some field sales experience. The reason we have bold these keywords, because these keywords are important when we will be building our cover letter. We will be using these keywords in our cover letter so that recruiter should know that, you know what, recruiter, everything that you need in a professional, I have everything in my cover letter mentioned, that I possess each and everything. So this is important keyword, we have bolded it. Scrolling down is the detailed responsibilities, that they would be 10-day classroom and on-field training. That means you should have some good skill set in terms of field sales. You should have some good attentive skill set because you would be doing some classroom training as well. You have to meet 2 clients a day to 6 per day. That means you should have good communication skill. You should have good client presentation skills. You may have to present something to the client. Then you must be travel enthusiastic, because you will be traveling anywhere between 20 kilometer to 60 kilometer per day. You should have technical and sales skills to convert clients. Your growth in the team is solely depends on the deliver your sales target. You should be target oriented. So all the keywords we have already picked, and understand that if I am not a sales guy, right? If I think I know internally that this is not my game, man, I can't do this, I'm good in coding, so you can leave this job. But if you think that post highlighting this keyword, man, I love to travel, I recently traveled around to Kashmir, then to this place, then to this place, I love traveling, I love meeting people by visiting different locations, then I have that sales skills and the technical skills as well to persuade clients and to convert them into a business. If you think you already have everything in your kitty, all you have to do is to build a cover letter basis on these keywords. When we talk about the cover letter, here is a sample that you guys can use. I will provide the sample link in the video description after this particular presentation. So when we talk about the cover letter sample, it's pretty much straightforward. First of all, you have to do a brief about company's business model. So that is something we have done. That first of all, a brief about me, that so first of all, the first step, sorry, is going towards introducing yourself, highlighting the relevant skills. So that is what I did. As a highly skilled business development professional with 10 years of experience, I am writing to express my interest in the BD role with your company, highlighting your relevant skills. This job is for BD and sales. That's why I have used this keyword business development, BD in different ways to highlight that what the person that you are looking out for is something is I am, right? Second, you have to give them a brief about their company so that it should not feel like you are any other bulk job request provider. You are someone who seriously first of all read through the company business model and then only apply for a job. Here you can see about the company, urban company expertise in this. That is what we have covered in the overview company business model. This is very important. Comparing your responsibility with experience. This is the killer thing that you have to do. So all the keywords that you have bolded in the Word file, you have to mention these keywords here. So all the keywords, let's say the traveling, client meeting, technical and sales skills, you have to mention them in the job responsibility section, that this is something which a company need from you. And then in the relevant experience, you have to mention all the experience that you have basis on this, that you know what, when I was working with my college, I was responsible in organizing an event, and for the same we used to visit a lot of clients in field to impress them to become a sponsor of our event. I used to travel around 20 to 50 kilometer for sure, visiting different places, finding for sponsors. So each and everything that you have done something similar is something you're gonna mention the relevant experience. It may happen that you may not fulfill all the requirements. So any 3 or 5 requirements you think you fulfill is something you can write it here, and then remaining of the requirement you can say that is something I'm looking forward to learn post getting onboarded with your company. And then a cover call to action, that I'm available here, here is my email ID, contact number, and you can reach out to me here. That actually summarize for the cover letter. What we have essentially done is company specific presentation, all information about company we know, cover letter on all the information about the job responsibility we already know. Now the HR interview questions like why do we hire you, right? Now the reason you should hire me, that this is your responsibility requirement and this is my relevant experience. That's the reason you should be hiring me. Why do you want to join us? The reason I want to join you, because whatever is your expectation is what I have as a relevant experience. What is your short term goal? Short term goal is, basis on these responsibilities I have these experience, but these are the two things that I actually looking forward to learn in a short term goal. So every interview question that will come to your way, you will be answering it using this table. Need not to say any bullshit things that may not make any sense to the recruiter. Everything that you're gonna speak about in your interview is something that should be there in the job responsibility requirement. That is where I told you 95% of HR interview questions can be covered using this cover letter and company specific presentation. If you think that any question cannot be covered using this table, please ping them in the chat section. I will try to answer them, that how using this table you can cover literally any HR interview question and can answer them right then and there. Need not to review thousands of websites to understand how to answer HR interview questions. Now what this is done, next come is a resume. In order to build your resume, the process is going to be very much simple. Just like the way you understood the cover letter, you followed the steps, you have to follow the step with respect to resumes as well. Review the job description carefully, pick the relevant keywords just like the way we did for the cover letter, and then open this website jobscan.co, that will act as a ATS tool for you, that will help you understand your ATS score and will give you recommendation that what all things you should be doing in order to improve your ATS score. Now let me show you practically how exactly you guys can actually do that. So first thing first, what you need is a job description. Let me cross this and open the job description for ATS job. So you have to open a LinkedIn job description, or you can go to the Naukri portal and open the job description, copy the job description and paste in the Word file. Once you have done that, you have to bold all the important keywords that is with respect to a job. Again, this job is regarding a sales role, so we're gonna bold all the keywords that are related to sales, SDR. Remove all the extra text, just keep those text which is important for the job. Front end of the sales cycle, wherever the keyword sales is present, just keep that keyword in your job description and remove all the keyword from this. Creating demand, that is also an important keyword that generates revenue. All the keywords that is important to a job of a sales, a business development is something we're gonna keep here. Rest everything we're gonna keep on deleting. Now the intent behind keeping all these keywords, we're gonna include all these keywords in our resume. Now once all these keywords are there in our resume, then the ATS will give us a very big and a good score. Hence our chance of getting that 2% HR interview call will get increased. Let me show you that impact as well. So once we have created this list, what I've done in the background, I've already created that list for you guys so that I should not be taking a lot of time of yours. Now let me show you, if I include all these keywords in my resume, then what is going to be my ATS score. So I've copied these keywords that we have mapped out from the job description. We're gonna open the tool, that is jobscan.co. You can sign up for free. It's a free tool that you can actually use in order to have your resume optimization. First thing that you have to do is to upload your resume. In this case, what we're gonna do, we're gonna upload those keyword list that we have just framed, that is with respect to a job description. So let me simply paste that list here. So what I've done, I have pasted this particular list onto the resume, the job scan tool. Second thing what I'm going to do is to copy this job description and paste this job description as well on that tool, to understand if I include all these keywords in my resume, how much ATS score will I get. So second step, we have to paste the job description. Done. We're gonna hit scan. As soon as we're gonna do this, this tool will automatically understand that if Jatin will include all these keywords in his resume, then he will get a 92% ATS score. That's 80% is an average, and we are getting 92% ATS score. That is something the ATS tool will love, the recruiter will love, and will give you an HR interview call and subsequent job offer as well. So all you have to do when you are building your resume, just like the way we build a LinkedIn profile, you have to make sure all these keywords related to your job description is there in your resume. Hence you will get a bingo high ATS score, and that is something we are actually have targeted in this particular presentation. Last thing is going towards the formal email. The formal email is also very important. Once you have everything created, then you should need a good email actually, that you can actually send out to the recruiter. So for that, again, I'm gonna already have a template. That is something, let me show you, and then you can get this template as well. So template is very much easy. So first of all, you have to showcase your skill set to the recruiter, that I came across a job opening that you have pasted. I know about your company. The cover letter table that we have built, we're gonna copy that table and paste in the email as well, so that it should be visible to the recruiters right there in the email, and should give her the context why you are applying for the job, and then a call to action. That is about jobs. Preferred mediums to apply for job. First thing should be employee referral. Second is going toward LinkedIn, Glassdoor or Naukri, career page, or even HR's cold outreach. Now when it comes to all the job interview related questions, you just need these two things: company related information and job description, optimized cover letter and resume. If you have this, then all those 95% of HR interview questions can be answered right then and there. Before I actually show you that how exactly you can answer the top HR interview questions, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat section. I can take them up, and then we can have next 5 minutes covering those HR interview questions. Please let me know in the chat section. By then, let me open the resource through which you can actually learn more about that HR interview question. So by that time, you guys can actually subscribe to the channel as well, till the time I'm opening that link for you guys. Yeah, this is the video that you should view in terms of optimizing your resume and everything. I will provide this link to you guys in the description.
and 15 distributors including Novartis, Cipla, Pfizer, etc.
Okay. So here I've done a mock interview of one of the candidate who has recently cleared the round with Novartis, and he has followed the same framework that I have just showcased to you guys. If you guys also want to have mock HR interview with you guys, that you want that, you know what, Jatin, have some mock interviews with us as well. First thing first, subscribe to the channel. Second, email me your resume cover letter optimized to a job description along with that job description link. We will schedule a time and have this mock HR interview where I will first train you on how you can get things done, and second we will then have this mock HR interview recorded video session where you guys can actually advertise about yourself to the different recruiters and to our community as well. That actually completes for this session. If you guys do not have any questions, we are good to wind up. Still, if you guys have any questions, do let me know in the chat section. I'm available for next 2-3 minutes. So we have one question, that how to answer tricky questions like why should we hire you. So the process is going to be very simple, buddy. Why should we hire you is something you will answer them using this table. That the reason you should hire me, you want a candidate who should have a good field sales experience, and I have done it in my past with my last company, or if you are even from your college, then you can give some relevant example as a placement coordinator, field sales experience, event coordinator, or anything you have done similar in the past. Or maybe if you have done nothing regarding field sales, still you can say that I do not have much experience in this particular section, but I am travel enthusiastic, I love customer handling, I was responsible to invite 20 recruiters in our campus, that is 50 more than 5 more than what was invited earlier. So I have good customer handling skill, I have good negotiation skill. That's the reason you should hire me. How to use LinkedIn effectively, Divya, I will share the link with you. So we have already covered a deep dive on how to use LinkedIn effectively in our last session. I can provide you that link of the video with respect to, here you can see LinkedIn profile optimization. This is where we have covered everything around how to use LinkedIn effectively. Please subscribe, you will get all the notifications in real time whenever we do new sessions as well, so that you should not miss on the freebies that you guys may expect out from this channel. Ayush, can you please elaborate your question? Yeah, Divya, I'm just sorry, Aditya, I'm just opening my resume. Let me show you a quick example of resume as well. I hope you guys can now see my screen. So Aditya, to answer your question, give us some example of resume. So I can't give you tens or 15s of examples, but I can show you my own resume. Here if you see, all the things that I have written in my resume is what they have mentioned in a job description, that target of revenue is going to be this much. You have to do cold calls, you have to do emails. So in my summary I have written them. Whatever you have asked in the job description, I have all the relevant skills. I am getting a ATS score of around 95 by including all those keywords in the job description. And then everything that I mentioned here is keyword optimized. I have used all the relevant keywords. The formatting doesn't matter. ATS cannot predict your presentation and all. If you see that, can ATS check graphs that you may include? So avoid image charts and other graphics in your resume if you know that resume will go through a ATS check. So your resume should be simple, should be keyword optimized, should be data driven if you want to get that HR interview call and subsequent job offer as well. Chart, graphs, images, ATS cannot understand, hence will not make much more sense as well. Hope that answer your question, Aditya. Why we should not, sometimes it become a very difficult to tackle this. Why we should not hire you? Dear sir, what exactly is your question? Please elaborate. That's a very vague question. If someone have asked you why we should not hire you, generally the question is why should we hire you? Means if you do not want to hire me, that is something you already frame as a perception, then why you are wasting both of our time in terms of recruiting me? So I will check, means what could be a possible response why we should not hire you. But that's a very vague question that you can openly say that, man, the reason I can give you is why to hire me, but because you have already, scheduled this session, that means you have seen something in me. That's why we are talking today. There is That's not a very valid question according to me. So the only way you can actually counter this, as per my expertise, is you should focus on your strength rather than giving those weaknesses to them. You focus that why you should be getting hired for that particular role. So do we have to tell a weakness or scope of improvement in that? Yep, so one way to handle it could be this way as well, dear sir, that you already know that when it comes to the particular job description, right, this job description need you have these skill set with you, right? Now if the person say that why we should not hire you, you can tell them about your weakness, but those weakness should not be something that is mentioned as a job responsibility. If you say them you should not be hiring me because I am not good in terms of customer handling, then it doesn't make sense actually to hire you. So if they say that that why we should not hire you, you can actually say that I'm not good in terms of hard working, rather I'm good in smart working. So if you're looking for someone who can bring that quarterly targets in a month or so rather than working rigorously entire quarter, then I am your guy. I can work smartly to cover my target quicker than a person who work hard in the entire quarter. So you highlighted a weakness that actually is not there in the responsibilities. Not just to highlighted a weakness, you given them a context as well, that I am not a hard worker, that's my weakness, because I am a smart worker. So that's something you can actually use in terms of highlighting your weakness and then giving them a context that why you should be hire me despite of this particular weakness. Yep guys, thank you so much for having these engaging questions. That really helping me as well to learn, especially the question that was asked by DS sir, why we should not hire you. Yep, Aditya, that is going to be the key. If someone asks you, tell me your weakness, then you can actually say them the weakness should be something that is not there in the responsibility. If you say them I'm not good in communication, that's my weakness, then it doesn't make any sense to hire you. Tell them a weakness that should not play that much of a contribution role. One way to handle that weakness could be highlighting a weakness, let's say a hard working or a smart working. Second, you can say that earlier I was not good in time management, that was my weakness, but then what exactly you did in order to overcome it. For example, you know what, recruiter, I was not good in time management back in my college and I usually used to miss my target. That was my weakness. But later what I did, I start having some calendar reminders for every task that I'm intent to do with the appropriate timeline. And using that technique, now I'm able to achieve my target within the timelines. So you mentioned a weakness and then you also mentioned that what exactly you did in order to manage that. And that weakness is nowhere in the responsibilities. They do not want you to have a good time management skill, but still you showcase to them, and how exactly you corrected it is something you highlighted as well. Yep, thank you so much guys for joining in. We have some silent spectators as well who may not have any questions right now, but still if you guys have any questions, feel free to use that WhatsApp, connect with us. You can email me anything you want to get connected. We can actually have those conversation. Aditya, DS sir, if you guys would like to have these mock sessions just like the way we had with this particular guy, we it would be my privilege to have those sessions. If you want, we can do that. All you have to do is to send across your resume, cover letter, optimize with respect to a job description. We will sit together, we will bring that final touch points, and then we'll have this session like this. So yeah, so looking forward to engaging with you guys more over that group, WhatsApp comments, email comments, anything you want, and then we'll look forward to working with you guys as well. Thank you so much for joining in. I wish you guys a good day and a best of luck with your career ahead.